Good morning friends and welcome to the pre-market view. Global markets are in a party mood as we have seen the positive news flow on the fiscal cliff front, and it has actually been averted. And US markets were up about 2.5 to about almost 3%, which is the largest gain almost in a year in a single day. Even European markets were up about 2.2 to about 2.5%, though the PMI manufacturing data that came out from Eurozone was a bit weak at below 50. And when we look at the Asian markets, some of the markets like Japan and Korea are shut as there are extended holidays there, but the Hang Seng is showing that there is going to be a mild recovery of about 30 to about 40 points. In terms of flows, friends, we continue to see very strong inflows by the FIIs, and yesterday also they had pumped in more than about 1100 crore in the cash market, and the domestic institutions were sellers to the tune of about 460 odd crore. We also saw a very smart recovery in the rupee, and the USD INR, which was somewhere close to about almost 55, has actually come down to about 54.38 odd levels. Also friends, back home our markets continue to show a lot of strength, and the spot Nifty is at a striking distance of almost 6,000, and of course the Nifty future, because of the premium, is quoting at about 6,050 odd levels. So we are seeing a lot of interest in the banking and metal stocks. Apart from that, the rate sensitive sector as a whole is buzzing. So the reality names like India Bull Real Estate, HDIL, Unitech, DLF, these are the stocks where we are seeing a lot of action, and one will really have to wait and see how long this rally takes it up to. On that note, let me invite Shaivar to take us through important F&O cues, ideas and strategies that we can look at in the F&O markets.
Good morning friends, let's have a view at derivatives now. Friends, what we have seen is that the New Year party is still on across the globe in the equity markets, and yesterday we have seen that the market has further rose and has headed toward the mark of 6050. But yesterday what we have seen is that marginal short positions have been accumulated at higher levels in the market, and the PCR ratio has slipped below the mark of 1 at 0.99. Now talking about the activity on the options front, we have seen that the focus from 6100 call option has shifted towards 6200, 6300 and 6400 call option, whereas if we talk about the activity on the put side, we have seen that good activity has been witnessed in 5900 and 6000 put option. So what we feel is that we might see some profit booking coming in that market above the 6050 mark because of two reasons. Purely the one being that the premium is the premium is pretty high. Whenever we have seen that the premium is pretty high, some profit takeaway has been witnessed in the market, and other being that the PCR ratio has slipped below the mark of 1. Also 6100 going forward would act as a hurdle for the market. And talking about the stocks from the intraday perspective, we have identified 4 stocks, 3 on the long side and 1 on the short side. Tech Mahindra is looking good, so one can maintain a stop loss of 932 rupees to play on the long side. Adani Port, one can maintain a stop loss of 137 rupees 90 paisa. Cipla, one can maintain a stop loss of 418 rupees 10 paisa, whereas one can go short on Power Grid with stop loss of 115 rupees 90 paisa. Thank you.
Friends, here are the important news and events that we are tracking today. We have rolled out a new investment idea, Capital First, with a price target of about 260 rupees. Earlier the name of the company was Future Capital Holding, and as a part of the transaction, the Future Group has exited out of this company, and the global private equity player Warburg Pincus has taken the management control, and company has also infused rupees 100 crore in the capital of the company. And the overall asset quality is extremely good at about 0.18% NPA, which is quite comforting, and the valuation at which the company is available is extremely attractive at about almost 1 time FY14 price to book. And we believe that with legacy issues behind them and the new management taking over this company, the company will be able to grow its business extremely fast, particularly in the retail and SME category. So there is a case for a re-rating in its valuation multiple. So we think that investors could look at buying this stock from an investment perspective. In other news, there are indications that the deal that Etihad is looking at doing with Jet Airways could happen in the next about 10 days time, as per the indications from the Ministry of Civil Aviation. And the valuation that we are looking at is about 1500 to 1800 crore for a 24% stake. So that will be at a substantial premium to the current market price. So one can go long on Jet Airways with a stop loss of 568 and a target of about 587 to about 608. Our power is about to start its generation from its 300 megawatt second unit of Butibori thermal power plant in Maharashtra. So one can go long on our power with a stop loss of 94 and a target of about 99 to about 101. Environment Ministry has exempted all mining projects seeking expansion in the capacity up to 25% from the local hearing, and the company has also entered into a fuel supply agreement with about 35 firms. So this is a positive news for Coal India. One can go long there with a stop loss of 352 and a target of about 370 to about 376. And US health regulator has given approval for Glenmark Pharma's HIV treatment drug, which is positive for Glenmark. One can go long there with a stop loss of 524 and a target of about 551 to about 561. NMDC, there are some negative news as the company has cut its iron ore prices by almost about 5.6% or 320 rupees per ton to adjust for the lower raw material cost of the imported coal, and on the back of that one can go short on NMDC with a stop loss of 172 and a target of about 163 to about 159. That's it from all of us, friends. Have a nice trading session and see you tomorrow at the same time.